I remember the sound of his voice when he said it. Nothing personal. He didn't even look at me when the words landed, as if gutting me professionally was no different than moving a pawn off the chessboard. 7 years beside him. 7 years building his empire while silently burying my own ambitions for the sake of us. Now, with the boardroom watching, he handed my promotion, my work, my late nights, my blood, to a 23-year-old with perfect hair and no qualifications beyond warming his bed. I smiled. I nodded. I even clapped. Because in that moment, I knew the game had changed. We met when we were young and poor. I was drawn to his ambition like a moth to flame. He told me once that he would never make it without me, that my discipline, my quiet intelligence, was his anchor. I believed him. God, I believed him. I built systems. I built teams. I built the trust of clients whose money could move mountains. He built charm. Together, it worked. Together, we grew. And in that illusion of partnership, I tied my name to his, both legally and emotionally. The night he slid the ring on my finger, he whispered, "We'll conquer everything." I thought he meant together. Turns out, he meant me too. The signs were small at first. Late nights working. Whispered phone calls he ended the second I entered a room. A sudden shift in cologne. Something sweeter, younger. Then the message I wasn't supposed to see. Can't wait to sit in her chair. It wasn't jealousy that cut me open. It was clarity. His affair wasn't just about sex. It was about erasing me, replacing me, dismissing me as if I'd never been the spine of his empire. So I smiled, tucked my heartbreak beneath silence, and began to sharpen my knives. I didn't storm out. I didn't confront him. That would have given him the satisfaction of watching me unravel. Instead, I let him underestimate me. That was always his fatal flaw, mistaking quiet for weak. For months, I gathered contracts, banking links, account authorizations, small details no one noticed because I had always been the one trusted to handle them. My family's accounts, 14 in total, were spread across his firm. He thought it was loyalty. It was convenience. Convenience for me. While he paraded his childlike conquest through the office halls, I waited. I waited for him to cross the final line. And when he did, when he stripped my title, my years, and handed them to her with a smirk, I moved. The morning after the boardroom humiliation, I wore red. Not for him, for me. By 9 a.m., I had signed withdrawal papers for every one of my family's accounts. Old money, big money, the kind of money that kept his empire standing. 14 signatures, neatly executed. 58% of their total revenue, gone in under an hour. By 11 a.m., competitors had my call sheets. They knew I was free, and I knew exactly what bait to offer. Loyalty in business isn't about love. It's about who protects the bottom line. At noon, I handed in my resignation. No speech, no theatrics. Just a single envelope placed on his desk while his new protégé leaned against it, smirking like she'd already won. The first call came that night. His voice was calm at first, rehearsed. "This is a misunderstanding. You don't want to do this." The second call, an hour later, was less polished. His voice cracked between rage and panic. "You're destroying everything we built." The third, near midnight, was the real him. The man stripped bare, begging, pathetic. He had finally realized the truth. Without me, the empire was just glass, shiny on the surface, fragile underneath. I let the silence stretch before I answered. "You said it yourself," I whispered. "Nothing personal." Then I ended the call. The fallout was fast. Clients followed me, not him. Trust follows competence, not charisma. Within weeks, his board began circling like vultures. The press loved the scandal. The CEO who promoted his mistress and lost half his business overnight. His girlfriend vanished just as quickly, scurrying off once the free dinners dried up. And me? I didn't gloat. Revenge is not fireworks. It's silence after the storm. It's watching the man who dismissed you realize you were the foundation all along. Sometimes people ask me if I regret it, if tearing down what I helped build left me empty. No, I don't regret removing cancer from my life. I don't regret reclaiming my worth. And I don't regret teaching him the one lesson he never understood. You can betray a woman's heart, but you cannot betray her mind and expect to survive her silence. So when he called, begging for mercy, I gave him none. Because after 7 years of sacrifice, all I owed him was the truth he had thrown at me like an insult. Nothing personal.